Hey everybody, I have here a special guest. His name is Ricky Ontiveros. He is with Elite Mortgage Pros. So with this introduction, just tell me a little bit about yourself, Ricky.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, first of all, Christian, for having me on your show. And I'm glad to be a part of it and share some of my knowledge that I have in the mortgage or loan industry. But a little bit about myself, really to understand why I got into the industry is essentially a little bit of background. I went to Cal State LA. I graduated with an accounting degree. I was always into numbers. Then I later on found out my passion for real estate. And then in the future, I combine these, and then that's what I do now day to day. The main reason why I'm in the field is because back in high school, my mom did get into one of those bad loans, and all you guys remember what happened in '08. So then she was put in a really bad loan. I actually went through the whole foreclosure process being in high school, knowing nothing and being put out of my house. So that experience really hurt my whole reputation with the loan. So that's why I wanted to be the right person to get into it and inform and educate people. But that's ultimately what pushes and drives me on a day to day.
Wow, I've never knew that about you. I thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. And yeah, and I've referred clients out to you, and you have treated them well. So thank you for that. Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and just to have an idea for buyers and sellers out there, let's first talk about buyers. When should
Okay.
someone start talking to a lender? Like, what's the process?
That's a really great question. And by the way, if you guys are watching now and you're thinking of buying maybe in 3 months, 6 months, maybe you thought about it. Honestly, the best time to start and talk to a lender as myself is really to start immediately. Why? Because there's a lot of requirements and things you have to set up to purchase a house. So you don't want to just wait last minute. What you want to do is set yourself up to win and have that conversation with a lender, know what your income is at, know what your qualification max purchase is. It maybe by the time you get to the house, let's just say 3 months down the line, you want to purchase, you already have that initial pre-qualification where I will give you pointers, or someone in the field could give you pointers on certain things you can improve on to get the best terms for your home mortgage.
Okay, great. And this home journey process, I work with home buyers and sellers all day, and it's some people it takes them, 3 months to get into a home. Others could take them quite a few years. What's your experience on this process?
That's a great question. What happens with the home buying journey? A lot of people have asked me the same thing too, because we both are working with buyers, right? And they're like, well, how long should I expect to be to my house? It's really case to case. And the reason why is because, as you know, right now the market is very different. So it really depends on the market. There's so many factors to it. It could be as short as maybe 30 days, or it could be as long as 2, 3 months. It really depends on the search of your home. And if you find something that you really love, you're really great at showing clients their house and showing them really what's in their requirements, and from there we're able to close and get people into escrow a lot sooner to into their house. So that's really depending on each person, and I always say it's case to case, but you never know. It could be as little as 1 month.
Okay, cool. And I always hear from my buyers out there. They're like, "Hey, look, I don't know I could afford a home. I've been renting forever, and just but I find over and over again that these people actually could get into homes once they get their pre-approvals done. They're like, wow, I didn't know I could afford essentially what I'm paying monthly in a home right now, so I could
Right.
be buying my home. So what do you find is like the sweet spot where people could actually afford a home, or where they could actually move in? What have you been
Yeah.
seeing?
Well, everything that I've been seeing, really it comes down to that initial conversation, right? Where do you stand today? You got to remember, this is the biggest financial decision you will be making as a first time home buyer, even a second time home buyer. Maybe you need to know and understand your numbers, where you stand. That's going to be case to case depending on where you are. So, depending how much money you have saved up for the purchase, depending on where your FICO scores are, depending on what income you have, those are all factors to take into consideration when you're getting ready to make that purchase.
Yeah, so it's not only just one thing that we find; it's multiple, and sometimes one thing could be so strong it could overcome another. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. Like let's just say you have really great down payment. You qualify for many different loan programs with a good, also FICO score that contributes to that. So it's different factors that could open up the doors for you guys. Essentially, that's what we're here for. We're here to guide you guys through the process. So don't think like you have to jump on Google and research everything, because I know I've had some clients and they spend a lot of time there, but that's what we're here for. We're a resource to you guys to walk you through the path. I mean, we've already done all this research. We do this day to day, and we constantly are helping clients already achieve that home, achievement of becoming homeowners. So
Yeah, good. Thank you for that. And I mean, look, I spend quite a bit of time with different loan officers. I spend time with Ricky. I mean, if I put it all in one week and how much time I spend with him just talking about the new products, it's going to be well over an hour at least every week. So
yeah, we get on the phone a lot.
oh yeah. So it gets very into how we could get you, as a buyer or anybody that's looking into their next home, get
Right.
approved, get refinanced, whatever it may be the case. So, I am self-employed. You're self-employed. We
Right.
can still buy homes. I know this is like one thing that a lot of people think was like, well, I have a 1099, I don't have a W-2, so it's going to be very difficult. But in reality, it's possible, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, just to tell you guys out there, whoever is self-employed, 1099, you guys have options there. It doesn't mean that because you're not a W-2, you cannot get a home financing. It definitely has more detail to it, meaning there's more factors to actually qualifying. Definitely tax returns. You want to make sure you're looking at your net as opposed to the gross income. And there's many other different factors that I'm sure we could have a whole different episode to touch base on exactly what we're looking for when it comes to 1099 self-employed buyer, home buyer.
Cool. And are you okay if we have one later down the road?
Absolutely. I mean, let's see what the audience says. I mean, you guys can
Okay.
comment below. I'm sure you're going to post this either Facebook, YouTube. So
Absolutely.
you guys let us know what you guys want to know about the home loan process and, the home buying process. And we're here to cover all that.
Yeah, thank you for that. And make sure if you're watching this video, subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you really like this. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Yeah, so again, let's talk about um, people that have homes right now and are planning to refinance. I mean, this is a hot topic. You see it if you go on the news, or like, oh, mortgage rates are at the all-time low. It's best time to refinance. But what does that really mean? I mean, I know I've submitted some people to you, and you saved
Yeah,
them a great deal of money.
absolutely.
Yeah. So how does that work?
So that's a really great question. The refinance boom, or you'll hear this come up constantly. Why? Because rates are historically low right now. So everyone is reaping the benefit. Like if you're a homeowner and you have not refinanced anything that you have, I'm going to throw out an interest rate, let's just say about 3.5%. You want to take a look at what you can be saving on a monthly basis, because right now rates are so low. I mean, I've saved people anywhere from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars. It really does depend on where you stand. Actually, recently I helped a self-employed client save thousands of dollars. Why? Because you can use the equity on your existing property to consolidate some of that debt you guys have. So maybe you guys have like 3 car payments that you could just consolidate it and pay it off and still save on your monthly mortgage. This is when you want to take advantage of that. The equity is definitely there. I mean, Christian, you've seen the values of properties where they're at now, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. So like if you guys want to talk about that, you guys can reach out. I mean, I'm sure you're going to put my contact info, but nonetheless, it's all about taking the opportunity and actually getting it done. Because once this time passes by, let's just say in the future, if rates do happen to go up with the economy, the way things are going, there's uncertainty. We don't know what will happen with the rates. So you don't want to be the one left out and not take advantage of what the rates are in today's
Absolutely.
market. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Thank you for that. And I mean, we could go into hours and hours in this discussion.
Yeah.
This is another thing that we could probably shoot down the road if that's okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when it comes to pricing, interest rates,
Yeah.
what to refinance it, how to structure all this thing, this is a whole topic in itself. So yeah, we can
Yes.
definitely have another episode on that.
Yes, absolutely. Great. And I mean, you already touched up on it a little bit, but how can someone get a hold of you? Like, what's the best way? Are you Good
Yeah.
phone, text?
Anyway, you can reach me via phone. My cell number is 323-492-9500. Or you could either Google me, Ricky Ontiveros. You'll find me. I also have a YouTube channel as well. So if you guys subscribe to that, that'll be great. I do have educational, like I was mentioning, I got into the business to educate people and to really share the knowledge, because oftentimes I hear a lot of buyers asking me similar questions, and I'm always looking to be a resource to them and offer, it's essentially everything I know. And now I'm working on putting all that in video and sharing with you guys.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll post your information down below. So we'll have all that information. And one last question I didn't ask, which I
Yeah.
think is important for everybody, is how much does it cost to get a hold of you and reach out for your services? Just to know what they're getting.
It really, guys, it's free. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys stop breaking your head on Google and looking at 1,000 different web pages. We're a resource. That's what we're there for. So, like, I mean, it's free to reach out to us. You can reach out to us via phone, email, text, and we're always there to help.
Cool. With that, thank you so much, Ricky. That's all the questions I have for now. We're gonna go over quite a few topics the next time. I'm gonna hit you hard on the next ones. But thank you.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, I'll be ready. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yes. All right. Have a good day, Ricky.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.